Alright guys, we got another request video. Today we got the Xiaomi Note 8 Pro versus the Galaxy A51. So the A51 is around 300 bucks, the Note 8 Pro is around 200 bucks. Keep that in mind because that's very important. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the hardware with both. So on the Galaxy A51 you have a plastic design, little psychedelic colors, quad camera setup on the back, little Samsung branding. And on the Note 8 Pro you have a glass and metal design, and it's a pretty heavy phone. It feels definitely heavy when you first get it, and it feels very premium. It feels like a $800, $1,000 phone. It's really good. You have a quad camera setup, little Redmi branding. On the side of both these phones you have your power buttons, and then you have the volume rockers on both. On the side you have your SIM tray slots, and then down at the bottom you actually have your headphone jack, speaker, and USB Type-C. Alright, so let's talk about the display. So on the Note 8 Pro, you have an IPS display. It's a 6.53 inch 1080p display, $395 for the PPI, little water drop notch. And on the A51, you have the punch hole display. It's a Super AMOLED display, and it is also a 1080p display. And it does have a 405 pixel density. Now, as you can see from both displays, I actually prefer the Galaxy A51's display. I actually think the punch hole implementation is just overall better, and you guys know how I feel about AMOLED versus IPS. I think Super AMOLED just gives off better colors. You can also use the always on display, and it just overall will save battery life, and you get that extra functionality with that display technology. But the Note 8 Pro has a very good display, and it does give off some very bright and vibrant colors. The screen is very bright as well, but in the display department, if you're really sold on media, I would go with the Galaxy A51 for sure. Let's check out these speakers. They both have single firing speakers, starting with the A51. So you do get overall a fuller sound, but they're very close. The A51 just has a slightly fuller sound, but they are very close in sound quality actually. Alright, so on the Galaxy A51 you have Android 10 on top of One UI 2.0. On the Note 8 Pro you have Android 9 on top of MIUI 11. This will receive the Android 10 update, but right now it does not have it. So as far as the OS goes, they both are really good. I mean, they have pretty much everything you could want as far as features, from second space to the secure folder stuff or whatever, screencast, screen recording. This has it all. The gestures as well. They pretty much are like, even when it comes to stuff. It just really comes down to what you prefer and how you want it implemented. You have Samsung's Edge. You have a lot of Samsung features. Bixby, if you're a fan of that. There's actually no thing on here. They don't have Google Now on here, but hey, I would like to see that on both these guys actually, but they don't put them on here. I'm not a big fan of Bixby, but as far as the OS goes, they're both awesome. Alright, so on the Note 8 Pro you actually have the Helio G90T processor along with the Mali G76 GPU. You do have micro SD support, and you also have 64 gigs on this base model and 6 gigs of RAM. So basically this phone is a beast. It can pretty much play anything on high. It can play Fortnite, Call of Duty, PUBG on high settings. It's an absolute gaming beast. Now the Galaxy A51 is also really good at gaming as well. It has the Exynos 9611 with the Mali G72 GPU. You also have 64 gigs of storage and 4 gigs of RAM. So as you can see, the Note 8 Pro is just slightly more powerful than the Galaxy A51, as we can see, and you can't play Fortnite on this base model on the A51. So if you're a gamer, you're going to want to go with the Note 8 Pro. Now let's go ahead and do a quick speed test. We're going to go ahead and close all applications out, launch YouTube. 3, 2, 1. Let's try the Play Store. 3, 2, 1. Camera. Call of Duty Mobile. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so as you can see, the Note 8 Pro is definitely faster when launching heavy games and stuff like that. They're pretty much kind of even when it comes to just normal applications. But let's talk about the camera setup. Alright, so like I said, you have a quad camera setup on both, a 48 megapixel wide on the A51, 12 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel telephoto, and you also have a 5 megapixel depth sensor, shoots in 2160p max, 30 fps, 32 megapixel selfie camera, shoots in 1080p, 30 fps. The Note 8 Pro, you have a 64 megapixel wide, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel dedicated macro camera, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, shoots in 2160p 30 fps, 20 megapixel front facing camera, and 1080p video recording 30 fps. Alright, so whichever phone you decide to go with, you're going to have really good cameras on both. Now, what I've noticed from using both these cameras is the Note 8 Pro, the one on the left, does take sharper images, especially when you're outside and stuff like that. So, you know, it has a 64 versus a 48, so you just have more pixels. It's going to take sharper pictures. If that's something you care about, then you're going to want to get that. I find that the color is usually on point on the A50, but in this bright lighting, as you can see, it didn't do so well with this Funko Pop. And if you come over to this one, as you can see, the detail was great on both. It kind of took brighter pictures. It was just a point and shoot. I did not mess with the aperture or anything, the ISO or anything like that. Picture of the G7. And then you have the wide angle camera on both. Now the Note 8 Pro has that really cool macro camera, so if you like to get like really close up shots, then you can do that, and I'll go ahead and show you. I think I still have one. So here's the macro camera right here, as you can see on the Funko Pop. I just took it really close up, so you know, if you're into that, that's a really cool feature that the A51 does not have. Alright, both these phones have NFC for mobile payments, so that is good for both of these guys. So as far as the fingerprint situation goes, it really comes down to, do you want a fast one or do you want a cool one? So Note 8 Pro physical one is really fast. Hold on, I gotta register on this finger. And then the Galaxy A51 is built into the display, much cooler. It's not as fast as the Note 8 Pro, but you know, it is definitely cooler. So let's go ahead and try that again so I can show you. Fast, boom, Note 8 Pro. It's pretty much instant. Very, very good for getting into the phone on both. You have face unlock, which works very good as well. Alright, let's talk about battery life. So 4,000 milliamp battery on the A51, 15 watt fast charging. This thing is an absolute beast. It did, like, I think it was like 10 or 11 hours of screen on time. It was actually insane. So very, very good battery life on the A51. If you're very battery dependent and you need a phone with just really good battery life, the A51 is going to be your choice, hands down. So you have a bigger battery, a 4,500 milliamp battery on the Note 8 Pro with 18 watt fast charging, but you only get, I think, around 8 hours of screen on time on the Note 8 Pro, which is not bad at all. That's actually really good screen on time. You do have faster charging on here as well, but like I said, if you're just battery dependent and you want a better battery, then go with the A51. I think once this gets Android 10, then it'll probably have a better battery life, but we'll just have to see. Alright, so that's pretty much it. So basically, to break it down, if you want a gaming phone, something that's going to do really good with gaming, go with the Note 8 Pro. I think it's superior in gaming. If you want something that's media friendly and just has a really good display and good battery life, go with the A51. So if you're into media content, watching a lot of videos, A51 is your choice, just because the battery life and the Super AMOLED display. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, you know, the Redmi Note 8 Pro, you have to remember, it's actually $200 less, and it actually has premium hardware, really good cameras. It's like right neck and neck with the A51. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So what do you guys think? Which phone would you get and for what reasons? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.